The chosen one. They fell in court. They developed their whole strategy against you. They tampered with the documents to hide the truth. They silenced the witnesses. They utilized lies to harm your reputation. However, they had neglected one thing. In the courts, divine justice was on your side. Not only was a case heard, but the truth came out. The slanders broke apart, and the games played behind the scenes were revealed one by one. What was the outcome? You won. They lost, right? 777. More information may be found in the comments section. And everyone knows it now. Towers built on lies are doomed to tumble with the fire of truth. This is just the beginning. Divine justice does not stop. Your ascent can no longer be stopped. The cornerstone of their whole tale has cracked like fragile glass. Every untruth they skillfully created with whispers, deceptions, and deliberate misdirection is now revealed, visible to everyone who was previously blinded. The lies they hoped would stay hidden have sparked a tempest of revelation, boosting awareness across their social, professional, and personal circles. The humiliation they planned to inflict on you has instead rebounded with a ferocity they could not have anticipated. Their pride fades when everyone sees through the layers of their made-up falsehoods, their attempts to hide the truth exposed in the harsh light of honesty. Their hidden and deceitful plans were usually devised in the shadows, out of sight, knowing no one would question them. Nonetheless, they spoke about you as if their narrative was undisputed, delivering it with confidence to everyone willing to listen. The contrast between the whispers they spread in the dark and the massive public pronouncements they made was part of a well-planned strategy to impact the perceptions of those around them. However, as with anything founded on deception, the universe has a way of balancing the forces of truth. The scales have shifted, and previously unnoticed inconsistencies are now plain and incontrovertible. Their claims, which were previously accepted without question, are now generating doubts and inquiry, and their carefully manufactured facade has cracked like a house built on sand. Their image couldn't withstand the deluge of truth. What was solid from a distance has cracked beneath divine pressure. Their facade, once polished and convincing, is now a frail sheet that rips with every breath of inspection, and every patch they try to apply to hide the holes just exposes the emptiness underneath. The energy they spin on falsehood has returned, not by coincidence, but by divine design. See, when you throw stones at a certain person, they do not disappear. They return with miraculous accuracy. The same things they accused you of were the shadows they were fleeing in their own minds. The universe travels without stopping. It represents accurately. Their false claims have now resulted in confessions they never planned to make. What they intended to use against you has shown who they really are. And now, under heaven's gaze, their deed is complete, and truth stands alone, unshakable, bright, and victorious. Take note of the characteristics they criticized the most sharply. They did not choose their targets randomly. They focused on the characteristics of you that they most disliked about themselves. The features they condemned in you mirror the darkness they refused to confront in their own souls. Those who had previously followed their tale are now doubting everything. Conversations that seem normal become filled with doubt when the seeds of discernment begin to blossom. First as whispers, then as emphatic statements of truth. They meticulously planned your downfall, but it has instead become the tool of their own destruction. Every trap they set has backfired. Each beautifully constructed tunnel they excavated now threatens to swallow them whole. They painstakingly planned your downfall. They anticipated you to crumble under pressure, lose control, and show signs of weakness, confirming their lies about you. But you refused to follow their script, responding to their chaos with strength they never imagined while they waited for your emotional collapse. You stood firm, delivering tranquility where they expected mayhem, and in so doing, you puzzle their every move. If you are feeling an abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. To help spread God's blessings, click the super thank you button on YouTube and donate $10 or more. This lovely present will touch not just your life, but the lives of many others. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand plan via this platform, and your generosity will provide fruit for our prayers. Act now. Share your advantages to honor His kingdom. In God's loving hands, you were designed to do much greater things. May God bless you. Frustration set in as their tactics became more apparent, with each new move more sloppy than the last. Their previously sophisticated tactics gave way to more obvious, desperate efforts, and the veil of deception became thinner. Despite their repeated efforts, the barrier around you remained intact, protecting you in ways they could not have expected. Even the smallest fragments of evidence they intended to destroy were untouched by their interference. Conversations and documents that should have been destroyed were kept, and important witnesses came at critical periods when you needed them the most. Consider how time has influenced your survival. Interventions that arrived at the right moment freed you from their grasp. Whether it was a phone call at the perfect time or an unexpected cancellation that ruined their plans, your intuition combined with the supernatural pulled you away from danger in ways that defied chance. These events were not unplanned. They were organized by a higher power to guide you through the chaos and into safety. People came into your life at just the right time, equipped with the knowledge, skills, or connections needed to affirm your reality and protect you from further harm. Their presence is clear evidence of God's protection over you throughout this trial. You have not only survived, but also been guided, strengthened, and transformed. Every attempt to undermine you has failed. Instead, your link to the greater objective has become apparent. You've moved beyond the level of survivor. Your journey has been converted into a profound lesson in divine intervention, perseverance, and the unstoppable force of truth. The security you feel now is more than just the absence of harm. It is the embrace of a power greater than any manipulation could ever achieve. You now stand in the light of that divine orchestration, unwavering in the face of the impossible. If you encounter God's presence, tap the join button below to be among the first chosen and get the most important disclosures early. Now, let me tell you something that many people may not understand at first glance. The difficulties that once threatened to shatter your spirit have now become the very instruments for your growth. In the quiet moments when you felt lost, when the night seemed endless and the stars veiled their light, a gentle hand led you to the dawn. It's as if every setback and adversity were planned by a loving creator who knew exactly what you needed to become the beacon of hope you are today. The obstacles that once looked insurmountable have now shown themselves as exact stepping stones that have led you to a bigger mission, one full of promise and steadfast fortitude. Consider how the incessant difficulties of life have been transformed into the fuel that propels your achievement. Instead of pulling you down, the issues you faced acted as a refining fire, converting rough coal into a stunning diamond. This method was not random, but intentional. A celestial design intended to improve your vision and boost your resolve. Every discouraging word said in the dark, every act intended to dim your light, has been methodically converted into evidence of your unbreakable spirit. The difficulties are now a witness to the beauty of divine love, which surrounds you like a warm, protective blanket on a cold winter's night. Remember the days when life seemed most uncertain. Like a seasoned sailor navigating stormy waters, you gripped to the helm, convinced that a force greater than yourself was at work. Even when the winds of adversity threatened to capsize your vessel, each wave that crashed upon your deck transformed you, exposing reserves of strength you were unaware you had. Each gust of wind that sought to derail you just increased your desire to stay on course. Your endurance is not accidental. It is the miraculous outcome of supernatural intervention that brings you safely through the storm and into calm, nourishing waters. The inner strength that has emerged is a true witness to the profound transition you have undergone. You are no longer defined by the scars of your past. Instead, you wear them as medals of honor, a visible reminder of your path from tragedy to success, despair to hope. Every difficulty you faced has contributed to a breathtaking tapestry of resilience, a living mosaic depicting not just survival, but also a rise beyond the usual. The supernatural has intervened, guaranteeing that what was once catastrophic now serves as the foundation for an infinitely more promising future. Imagine a vast orchard, with each tree signifying rebirth and fruitfulness. Similarly, those trees transform barren land into a paradise of plenty. Your life story depicts a journey from despair to an abundance of wealth that no earthly force can take from you. Your roots are deep in soil filled with knowledge, perseverance, and a faith that has weathered every storm. Now you bear the fruits of your perseverance, a harvest so abundant that it not only nourishes your soul, but also inspires everyone around you. Each lesson learned, each battle fought, has culminated in a prize that only the really chosen can recognize and enjoy. Let me assure you that every difficulty you encountered was not meant to break you, but to form you into a force of spiritual insight and heavenly wisdom. You are like clay in the hands of a master sculptor, carefully sculpted into a masterpiece that will stand the test of time. Your journey, replete with moments of despair and heights of triumph, is a sacred narrative, a record of divine care that has faithfully guided you to your destination. Your life story is not a product of chance. There is a bigger force at work, one that has methodically planned your path under the supervision of a loving parent, preparing their child for a bright future. Your story is one of enormous liberation, illustrating that the obstacles you faced are the perfect representation of your spiritual growth. Every moment of sorrow has been transformed into a stepping stone toward grace. The wisdom gained from your trials glows like a brilliant light inside you, outshining all the darkness of the past. This light is neither temporary or superficial. It is a deep, lasting lighthouse that guides your every step, paving the route not just for you, but also for others who follow in your wake. The angelic protection you got today is as real as the air you breathe. A constant loving presence that watches over your life, transforming every encounter into an opportunity for spiritual growth in the midst of a chaotic world. You've learned to stay firm on the foundation of your faith, drawing strength from an unknown, known source that is beyond human understanding. This stability gives not just safety and security, but also an infinite supply of motivation to urge you forward. Your ability to overcome any hurdle demonstrates the timeless force of hope and the limitless potential of a heart that trusts in divine wisdom. This is more than just survival. It is a triumphant and ongoing celebration of the power of love, purpose, and divine grace. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a basic reality. Our existence is founded on God's divine purpose and is not influenced by earthly concerns. According to the Bible, whatever done with faith will be repaid to God with tremendous blessings. Look, like a big oak tree, our roots are deeply anchored in God's universal truth. His might protects every step and posture we take. You now have the opportunity to be a part of that gift. As you click the super thank you button and pay $10, this movement will reward you 100-fold every day as you get up and face the world with fresh vitality. You are a living example of the abundant grace poured upon you during your quiet moments of meditation, when the rush and bustle of life fades away. You can sense spiritual guidance whispering quietly to you, inspiring you to achieve new heights. Your life, with all of its challenges and triumphs, is a symphony of hope meticulously arranged by a loving creator who understands just what you need at each stage. Your journey's melody is rich and powerful, forming a symphony that inspires not just your own heart, but the hearts of all who are fortunate enough to cross your path. And so, my dear friend, as you stand here today, bathed in the light of divine favor, may your heart be filled with gratitude for every twist and turn that has taken you to this place of undeniable strength. Recognize that your past challenges do not define you, but rather the amazing transformation that has occurred from overcoming them. You are not just a survivor. You are a source of hope. This sacred light exemplifies how divine love and purpose can illumine even the darkest paths. You are prepared to face the future with confidence, knowing that every step is guided by wisdom beyond human understanding. Every moment displays the love that surrounds you. May you continue to prosper in the protective embrace of divine grace. Ever sure that you are destined for greatness that goes well beyond the bounds of this world, your life shows the force of faith, the beauty of resilience, and the fact that, in the end, every tear, hardship, and success has been a precious component in the masterpiece of your life. As you carry this truth with you, may it inspire others to seek the same light, trust in the journey, and embrace the magnificent destiny that awaits them all. If you sense God's presence, click the join button below to be among the first to hear the most important revelations. This shield does not create any dramatic motions or explosions to proclaim itself. Instead, it works quietly, affecting the flow of your life with such ease that its existence is hardly detectable at first. Only when you examine the chain of events does its presence become clear. What seems to be random chance or odd timing progressively reveals itself as a series of concerted efforts on your behalf, as if the universe itself was meticulously guiding your movements. Certain people have entered your life at just the right moment. Their understanding of your difficulties is quick, wordless, and rooted on something far deeper than logic. This connection transcends reason and resonates at a far deeper spiritual level. These connections are not accidental, but rather the result of long-held knowledge. The partnership seems to be a reunion of like spirits brought together via time and location. Words become secondary as your understanding grows via a deeper, almost instinctive connection. These aren't just casual friends, they're soul partners who really understand you and show up when you need them most. Unlike transitory ties, which break under pressure, These friends are unaffected by external forces. No amount of deception, pressure, or intimidation can make them doubt your truth. They see you as you really are. Lying will not remove that awareness. The strength you gain through adversity has now become an inexhaustible reservoir of power. You made the choices. Choosing the difficult path when there were easier ones has established in you a strong feeling of purpose and determination that is difficult to dislodge. What others may have seen as sacrifice, you now realize was preparation for something much greater. It is not just about surviving. It reflects a transformation in your fundamental essence. Stand fully cognizant of your victory. Accept the lessons life has taught you, and know that the identical light you've protected all along will continue to guide not just your own journey, but also the experiences of others who are awakening to their own truths. Your success is about more than just personal atonement or restitution for past wrongs. It is part of a larger cosmic balance, a restructuring of the energy that flows through the universe. Every choice you made in the face of adversity contributed to greater world peace by serving as an example for others. Your experience was not in vain. It was part of a larger design, a cosmic balance of energy that has awoken a new vigor inside you. Their attempts to silence or dim your light paradoxically resulted in the birth of a force so profound that it cannot be ignored. Nothing that has happened to you was accidental. Every event, every moment of struggle, and every seeming randomness has been meticulously arranged to bring you to a higher level of consciousness. The wisdom you gain from these experiences is now imprinted on your soul, establishing a legacy that will outlast anything physical. This is a treasure that no one can steal or tarnish. It is a fantastic gift that will support you as you go on. Your experience, although very personal, is now part of the global pattern for healing and progress. It conveys a vibrancy that can only be achieved via real experience. Your existence on this planet has a purpose beyond your understanding, a mission that relates to the larger cosmic movement. The energy you emit provides pathways for others to follow, providing a route for them to overcome their own obstacles. Your unwillingness to be intimidated by external influences has paved the way for others to stand solid in their truth as well. This is the core of your role in the grand design, to act as a catalyst for change, using your sensitivity, knowledge, and power to create a ripple effect that changes the course of other people's life. You have been appointed to this position to play a critical function that no other person can. Every step of your journey was part of a divine plan, carefully constructed down to the last detail. The anguish you experienced was not without purpose. It's been a stepping stone to something far larger. This meeting was designed to awaken new levels of consciousness and spiritual development that would not have been possible via more traditional means. You are now ready to go on to the next level of your growth after going through this transformative experience. What is ahead will need new skills, heightened levels of awareness, and a closer connection to your inner path. The lessons you've learned have prepared you for these new difficulties, which will test and polish your abilities in ways you can't imagine. The information you gain from your voyage now flows out of you like a river of healing energy, offering calm to others who walk similar paths as you. When you talk from a place of great knowledge, your words have the power to shift perspectives, heal wounds, and bring clarity to others who are still suffering. This isn't just your story. It is a universal key that unlocks others' latent potential, allowing them to find their own strength and power because you are prepared to be open and vulnerable. You've set off a chain reaction of change that will continue far beyond you. Be genuine in all of your decisions. You increase the energy of boldness, which extends across the community field. Your activities assist to deconstruct the structures that have long concealed these reality, breaking down the walls of silence that have locked others behind. Your simple presence causes change, a real demonstration of the power of endurance and divine alignment. The energy you're now carrying is magnetic. It draws those who are willing to accept this reality, transforming the whole atmosphere around them. You become a conduit for the higher vibrations that the earth so desperately needs. Now is the time to share God's benefits by pressing the super thank you button on YouTube. With a $10 donation or more, you can help him carry out his plan and be a part of this sacred endeavor. Every gift represents God's goodness, and I believe it will greatly help you, far beyond your expectations. Remember that His protection and blessing are there in every step and contribution. You become a part of His divine plan. You are a tremendous and brilliant thing, as solid as His massive rock. Witness God's miracles. Feel the benefits of your compassion in your soul and light up the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed and let the light of the Lord guide you. The fights you waged are over, and the energy that was previously directed toward defense is now freed up for innovation. Your main focus should no longer be on protection. It's currently growing. Your energy is no longer absorbed by the weight of resistance, but rather channeled into new ideas, initiatives, and possibilities. The connections that enter your life now vibrate at a higher frequency, making the contrast between old and new links more apparent. What was formerly acceptable now seems inadequate, while what was before unachievable feels like a natural extension of your being. Your understanding and judgment have grown to new heights. You will no longer be burdened by doubt or ambiguity. Your intuition flows effortlessly, guiding you toward the truth and away from what no longer serves you. The challenges ahead are different.